all these politicians calling for no wall are obsessed with security and walls. How are the cops behaving once you got in the squad car with them?
Well, they were apologizing for arresting me because they're like, look, we just have to do our job. But they were fans. And actually, when I got to the police station, some of the officers were like, oh my God, it's Laura Loomer. I follow you on Instagram and Facebook. And so some of these officers were my fans, and they were telling me how much they thought my video at Nancy Pelosi's place was hilarious. And then when Ben and I were in jail getting booked, they were like, oh, what are these guys here for? Oh, why is he wearing a Trump is your president shirt? What'd they do? And then I was still wearing my poncho, of course. And then when the officers told them that we hopped over Gavin Newsom's fence and were protesting illegal immigration, all of the officers in the booking area in the jail started chanting, build a wall. I wish I had a camera to record this, but can you imagine this? I'm in handcuffs and I'm getting booked in jail, and the officers are telling us, good job, and they're chanting, build a wall.
You may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised. Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Modern world. Who? Europeans. Built the modern world.
European?
We invented science and industry. We invented science and industry, and you want to tell us to stop because, oh my God, we're so bad. We built the modern world. We built the modern world. Europeans. Built the modern world. We invented science and industry. We invented science and industry, and you want to tell us to stop because, oh my God, we're so bad. We invented the modern world.
I feel you. You're so dumb.
We invented the modern world. You fucking degenerate. We saved billions of people from starvation. We built modern civilization. White people are the best thing that ever happened to the world. We are so amazing, and I love myself, and I love white people.
Say that one more time.
Fuck yeah, white people.
Say it right here.
Fuck yeah, white men. We're white men. We did everything. Look, I don't hate other people. I just love white men. I just love white men. Oh, God.
All right, joining us for the next few segments is the bulldog of taking action, Laura Loomer. By the way, my nickname with George Norrie is the bulldog. I kind of look like a bulldog, too. She doesn't look like a bulldog, but she's like a bulldog. We'll talk to her in a moment about her latest exploits in the fight for freedom. But first, they're telling me to play this. We're trying to bring back some of the old school stuff from 77 trillion years ago, 2 years ago. One of the fidget spinner videos that got over 100 million views total, which they've deleted off the internet now because, you know, it's funny and they like it. This had over 100 million views. It's been deleted, so here it is from the vault. It's a little shortened piece about, we love our Somalis. We love our Muslims, too. Oh, they so good. Oh, they so sweet.
She's a literal belly goblin, chasing after your mama. Let's go give it to you. Subscribe for more. This is a motherfucking info war.
Now, that's fun to cover, but Laura Loomer going to Nancy Pelosi's house and then going to, I guess, her nephew's house, who is the true American Psycho, way beyond Christian Bale and Bill Hemmer, who also looks like American Psycho. I mean, and I got to tell you about the new governor of California. Reportedly, because, you know, I know this from his ex-wife, he has a 2-foot-long you-know-what. So I'm not really, this is a family show, but now they can cuss on national TV, I'm just going to tell you. So I guess psychopaths also have like elephant trunk proboscises. I don't know why I'm telling this now, but I guess that's what psychopaths have. I'm sorry. She went to his house, not in search of that. She went to his house because, well, he says no borders, no walls, no USA at all. Here is Laura Loomer getting arrested there near the lair of the male genitals known as Godzilla. Here it is.
He wants to protect illegals. He wants to give aid and comfort to illegals.
How much money is spent on illegal immigration here in California?
22 billion, 23 billion, 23 billion a year.
In California?
In California.
So what I want to know is why is it not okay to come over Gavin Newsom's fence, but it's okay to come over the United States border? Seems kind of hypocritical, right?
Placing you under arrest for trespassing.
Oh, you guys, Gavin Newsom is arresting me.
Gavin! Sanctuary!
So I've been arrested here at Gavin Newsom's mansion, the governor's mansion. Gavin Newsom is Nancy Pelosi's nephew. And look, I thought that everyone was welcome here. They spend $23 billion a year on illegal immigration here in California alone, over $220 billion nationally. Illegally, you're welcome here. And the Democrats will give you free health care, free housing on the taxpayer dime, right?
We just wish we could do that job for all the illegals that are coming into our country.
Right.
That would be awesome.
As an American, you're not allowed to hop over Gavin Newsom's fence or Nancy Pelosi's fence. You get handcuffed and arrested. But if you're an illegal alien or you're a rapist or you kill innocent police officers or you murder and rape women here, you have to be welcomed here. So look at guys, look, this is a perfect example of what Donald Trump is trying to champion, all right? America first. Right? You have an American citizen, a journalist, being arrested outside Gavin Newsom's yard, but then all the illegal aliens here, the illegal aliens who hopped the fence at Nancy Pelosi's place last week were not arrested. And they're here illegally.
Oh my gosh.
My hat.
The illegals hop our borders.
Put my hat back on. And you know, look, the Democrats, they don't want to compromise with Donald Trump. They don't want to compromise with our great president, Donald Trump, who's trying to improve border security. Yeah, that's my ID. You can put all my stuff back in. They don't want to compromise, but they're hypocrites, you guys. Democrats didn't want to compromise. We spend $23 billion a year on illegal immigration.
So that's LauraLoomer.us for radio listeners. And I don't usually get crude about things, but I know, reportedly the ex-wife of this American psycho, Gavin Newsom, the new governor, that he literally was genetically engineered to rape America. So that's why I brought that whole allegory up to troll the media. But seriously, Laura, we're going to go to break, come back in a minute. You got like 4 minutes here. Wow, you went to Pelosi's house, didn't have a problem. But you went to the American Psycho's facility, went over the little 3-foot fence. The police immediately responded. But Pelosi and others have said walls are immoral. They shouldn't exist.
Yeah, it's really interesting to show that comparison. And there's a reason why I didn't bring illegal aliens with me to Gavin Newsom's home at the governor's mansion in California. It's because I wanted to show the difference, to prove that illegal aliens matter more than American citizens. A week and a half ago, I went to Nancy Pelosi's mansion in Napa Valley and hopped over her fence with actual illegal aliens from Guatemala and Mexico who I picked up at the Home Depot. And when the police showed up, right, they said that Nancy Pelosi was going to have us cited for trespassing, but we weren't arrested. And I said all along it was probably because the optics of it were so bad. And Nancy Pelosi, who always says everyone's welcome here and that a wall is an immorality, didn't want to have the optics of having 3 illegal aliens arrested at her multi-million-dollar mansion. So then I said to myself, well, what's going to happen if I go to Casa de Gavin? Because Gavin Newsom, for those of you who don't know, is Nancy Pelosi's nephew by marriage. And so there's a lot of incest in the Democrat Party, right? You have a lot of these politicians who are connected through marriages or some relationship whatsoever. And then that's why you have a lot of this, I guess, like cohesion within the Democrat Party. And it's literally because these people are related to each other. And on the clock and off the clock, they're probably coordinating America's demise. And so when I went to Gavin Newsom's home, I set up a sanctuary state fair, and I brought some people with me. I was with Ben Berkwam from Frontline America, which is a group, of course, that exposes a lot of these immigration issues across our country. And we hopped over Gavin Newsom's fence after we brought the infamous immorality tent and placed it in his lawn. And what happened is he not only had a fence, but he had armed guards, police officers on his property because, well, he is the governor of California. And I was arrested. You can see in the video, I was handcuffed and I was taken away to the Sacramento County Jail, which is one of the, from what I'm told, one of the top worst jails in America. And it's funny, right? It's funny how illegal aliens were not arrested, but then I get arrested simply for standing on some grass. And I want to know, right? I really want to know when Gavin Newsom is finally going to take care of American citizens, because the cost of illegal immigration alone in California every year is $23 billion and climbing. All right.
No, I agree with you. And I shouldn't even have joked up front. We post a video later. I may even edit that out because the crew's teasing me. Only because I know inside baseball about him and Guilfoyle and all these other women. And it's like, it's the big joke that he literally wants to rape America. And it's like he literally looks like what American Psycho wish he looked like. I mean, I would run from that dude. I mean, I'm like not afraid of dudes, but I would actually be afraid and run away. He's so evil. It's like this. I think he may actually be Satan. I mean, what do you think?
I mean, I don't really care how big his schlong is, because if you're a D, I don't want your D, right? I mean, I would never.
I understand. The whole schlong thing is only because it's not been reported yet, and we have broken that his schlong is actually codenamed Godzilla, and that it wants to rape America. We'll be right back. Stay with us. Key Intel. Tomorrow's news today. All right. Harrison Smith, one of our great researchers and one of the fill-in hosts here, just brought me intel that I actually thought about last week. And it's just totally profound, and it's true. And it's so big, I have trouble even covering it here on air. I'm like, wow, this should take months of research and should be presented at the National Archives or at the Press Club and with great officiation. But I'm going to do it next segment after Laura Loomer leaves us. And I apologize to listeners, and I mean that. You get the truth out of me. There's no teleprompters. There's no producers controlling me. Sometimes I careen off course like a runaway train that's jumped the tracks, because I just know so much stuff I can't even tell you. And I really do want to. But Laura Loomer, who, again, I call the Bulldog. She doesn't look like a bulldog. I look like a bulldog. I've been called the Bulldog by George Norrie and others. But she's intrepid. I don't know anybody that's got the bravado to go out there and do it. But it's not born, I don't think, out of confidence. It's born out of necessity. Being censored, being lied about, being demonized. She has a lot of tenacity. Going to Pelosi's house, where they have all these walls and gates, and going to Twitter, all the things she's done, going up there when they're having plays about killing Trump and jumping up on stage. I mean, there's too much to mention. You should go to her website. You should support her. We try to support her as much as we can. But just getting back to the, because you're right, I shouldn't make jokes about Newsom, which is actually a true joke. I was told by multiple women. It's just interesting to let him know that I'm inside his head. I'm inside his life. I know everything. That's what that was really, was a little shot across the bow to him, because I know about the other stuff too, buddy. Get ready. You know, Stone already took down the governor of New York. Just get ready, buddy. Oh, I'm sorry. Control yourself. Please control yourself. Control yourself. Sorry. Getting back to Laura Loomer. So, Laura, you did a great job. And you got arrested, so I know they charge you with what? With trespassing in America, I guess.
Yeah, I was charged with trespassing, so I got a misdemeanor. So I have to actually go back to court on February 28th in Sacramento, and who knows what's going to happen? I don't know. But they actually held me inside this jail cell for about 8 hours, and so it was pretty gross because the cell was really dirty. I was surrounded by a bunch of drug addicts, people who were having withdrawals from heroin, which probably came across our southern border if you want to get down to it. And, there wasn't any toilet paper, and people were like pooping all over the place. But I guess that's the California experience, right? I mean, if poop isn't involved in your visit to California, then I guess you're not really doing things right. And that's why I actually brought bags of poop and needles to Gavin Newsom, because for those of you who don't know, it's I guess, acceptable to the Democrats here for people to just pop a squat and poop on the sidewalk. So they now have cleanup crews in San Francisco because people are pooping all over the streets, and Gavin Newsom isn't doing anything about it. And you are also now legally allowed to shoot up heroin on the side of the street, and the Democrats will provide you free needles on behalf, well, they're not really free, right? Because there's no such thing as free, like the socialists would like you to believe.
No, totally. Let me talk about the amazing, who are these really cool, like great-looking ladies, awesome, handsome black dudes. Who is this crew of fans you had out there? Because I saw the longer, like, hours of video before and after. These are some really talented, smart people you had with you. Who are these folks?
Thanks. Yeah. So my crew, of course, I have a camera crew. I work with guys from Folklore Americana. And then there's another girl from Instagram I know, a great girl, Fog City Midge, if you're not already following her. She was the Nancy Pelosi impersonator. And you may have seen one of her recent videos where she went to the Women's March with another guy, David Harris, who was also there. And they wore MAGA hats. And they got some feminists on camera who were basically going crazy over the MAGA hats, these bald feminists. So if you're not already following her, Fog City Midge on Instagram, she's great. And then David Harris, of course, who is a Black Trump supporter, great guy as well. And then there were just a lot of people who I brought out as well. A lot of them are conservative activists themselves, or people who are just...
Let me ask you this then. How did the cops keep a straight face? Because they all get like... Latin America's collapsing. All this is happening. We're just pointing out that walls work. It's okay to have walls or doors. All these politicians calling for no wall are obsessed with security and walls. How are the cops behaving once you got in the squad car with them?
Well, they were apologizing for arresting me because they're like, look, we just have to do our job. But they were fans. And actually, when I got to the police station, some of the officers were like, oh my God, it's Laura Loomer. I follow you on Instagram and Facebook. And so some of these officers were my fans, and they were telling me how much they thought my video at Nancy Pelosi's place was hilarious. And then when Ben and I were in jail getting booked, they were like, oh, what are these guys here for? Oh, why is he wearing a Trump is your president shirt? What'd they do? And then I was still wearing my poncho, of course. And then when the officers told them that we hopped over Gavin Newsom's fence and were protesting illegal immigration, all of the officers in the booking area in the jail started chanting, build a wall. I wish I had a camera to record this. But can you imagine this? I'm in handcuffs and I'm getting booked in jail, and the officers are telling us, good job, and they're chanting, build the wall.
See, Laura, that's the angle that you're a smart lady, smarter than I am anyways, but that's like all the angles are. The cops on average get the BS because they get lied about constantly because the left wants control of them. Not the cops are perfect. They're like everybody else. They're, multifaceted. But the left wants to bully police to get control of it because then we get a Soviet Union. And they get the crime. The Mexicans that are Americans, they get that they want people vetted. They don't want their kids in schools. They're 90% Hispanic, and half the folks are citizens. The other half aren't, with TB and all this crap. I mean, people get it. They came here to get away from the worst dregs, and then people that came here legally are like called collaborators and stuff. Well, no, we want the coal miners and the scientists and the doctors and the farmers and the school teachers from Mexico or Guatemala. We don't want your meth head lazy asses. And most of the folks doing this whole caravan are. Most of them are muling drugs while they're at it.
Right, but it's not even just about Mexicans and Guatemalan people. That's why I wore the sombrero and the poncho. It's because the Democrats have turned this into if you oppose...
No, like 20% is other than Mexican in the filing. They're Islamicists.
Muslims. There's a lot of Muslims in the caravan too, and they're finding prayer rugs and Qurans in the desert, and there's a lot of ISIS terrorists and Hamas and Hezbollah terrorists who are working with the cartel.
And by the way,
leaders.
Finding a Quran, I'm done. I didn't want to have the wars. I'm not against the Muslims, but they take over countries. They don't let us live in their countries. So if you find a Quran, it's like finding a cancer cell.
Right. I mean, look, we shouldn't be allowing this, and so by polarizing this issue and making it all about the Mexicans and trying to accuse Trump of being racist, right? They're ignoring. You saw Nancy Pelosi.
Oh, by the way, Mexico is one of the richest countries in Latin America. It's on the upper end. I love Mexico. I wish Mexico was richer than the U.S. It's beautiful, great people. I love Mexicans. I love their food. I love it all. I love the vibe. I just wish they didn't have this 1% that are murdering killers that nobody can stop.
Yeah, and so that's why we wore ponchos and stuff, is to poke fun at the left, because they're obsessed with this idea that it's just Mexicans, and they don't seem to understand that people from all backgrounds and all countries around the world, especially Islamic terrorists, are using our border to come in and harm
let's just
Americans.
admit it. Wearing a festive sombrero, it means you're about to have some fun. I mean, the Mexicans know how to have fun. Let's not lie.
Fiesta. We had a fiesta in La Casa de Nancy, and I told people. I told you, Alex, live on the show about, a week and a half ago. I said we were going to go to La Casa de Gavin and have another fiesta, and I invited you. So maybe next time you'll come and hang out with me.
Believe me, I want to. The enemy has me pinned down here, which is a real joy, let me tell you. And so we'll do it. Laura Loomer, we salute you. And I want to invite you with your great work on the War Room today when Roger Stone comes out exclusively, whether he's gagged or not. And then I want to invite you on the David Knight Show. He's out with a heart attack, but he'll be back soon with some of the crew in the morning. We salute you. And so I know you have your main site. Is the new site Laura Loomer?
Yeah, it's lauraloomer.us, and I have been permanently banned from Twitter, of course. So if you want to follow me, you can follow me. I'm on Instagram at Loomer, but I want people to subscribe to my website if you scroll down to the bottom. So
Sure, absolutely. Well, listen, we need more people like you. You are definitely the cutting edge. You are the tip of the spear, Bulldog.
All right, here we go. Thanks, bro, for being a voice in our crazy times. Anytime. It's an exciting time. We're going to win. Big Bear, can I make some highlight videos of your stuff and upload them and spread the word? The same way they do for Joe Rogan videos. Huge fan, love your vids. Keep on fighting the good fight. Please do that. Do you know how many people we're not reaching because I go so long? Tons of people are like, Big Bear, I love your videos. Make them 15 minutes, not 3 hours. And I'm like, well, I try to. And then I start talking about, mind control. And then I start playing Pink Floyd. And then I start trying to make the fire brighter. And then before you know it, I'm 3 hours deep. And everyone's went to bed.
We did everything! Look, I don't hate other people. I just love white men. God. I just love white men. Oh, God.
Tolerance. It's okay to smirk. Please click the big red button to subscribe. It really helps me when you do that. And click the bell to allow notifications so you never miss a new video.
Modern world. Who? Europeans. Built the modern world. We invented science and industry. We invented science and industry, and you want to tell us to stop because, oh my God, we're so bad. We built the modern world. We built the modern world. Europeans. Built the modern world. We invented science and industry. We invented science and industry, and you want to tell us to stop because, oh my God, we're so bad. We invented the modern world.
I feel you. You're so dumb.
We invented the modern world.
You fucking degenerate.
We saved billions of people from starvation. We built modern civilization. White people are the best thing that ever happened to the world. We are so amazing, and I love myself, and I love white people.
Say that one more time.
Fuck yeah, white people.
Say it right here.
Fuck yeah, white men. We're white men. We did everything. Look, I don't hate other people. I just love my people. I just love my white men. I just love white men. Oh, God.
CBD-rich hemp oil is totally organic, all natural, something God gave us, and it doesn't have THC in it, and it's totally legal in all 50 states. This is where everybody's going. This is what your body actually needs. There are so many different spectrums of this natural oil that comes from hemp, now legal and lawful in all 50 states, that you need to just go research it for yourself. Now, obviously, there's been a giant marijuana legalization craze that Soros has funded the last 10 years. I've not been involved in that. It's a huge bubble. This is not marijuana. There are hundreds of varieties of hemp. This is industrial hemp that has all the good attributes, but not the bad attributes that turn people into potheads in their basements, picking and eating their boogers. This is the good CBD from the organic hemp oil. And there are so many great products that you simply need to go to InfoWarsStore.com and link over to WashingtonsReserve.com, or simply go to WashingtonsReserve.com yourself to look at all the products, to read about the history, and to see the facts for yourself. So 360 win. There are different CBD rich hemp oil extractions for many, many, many different uses. You owe it to yourself to go look at this for yourself and to also understand it helps fund the info war. People wonder why I haven't gotten into CBD oil. Well, because some of the stuff's got problems, some of it can get you high, and some of it can get you arrested. This is not that. Legal in all 50 states. It's from hemp, not marijuana. It's totally legal. Again, ladies and gentlemen, we can ship to all 50 states right now from the great website, WashingtonsReserve.com.